Hi, my name is Evangelist Sonya Baker, and welcome to Women of Hope. I'm so glad that you were able to come and view us on Facebook. I have a lot I want to share with you. We're going to start with some 5-minute Bible studies every 2 weeks and everything. So we hope that you get a chance to join us and then like us and share us and all that other stuff. You know, we have technical people to do all that, but I am familiar with it just a little bit. But I hope that you stay tuned to part of Women of Hope and see what we are doing. I want to let you guys know a little bit about myself. I guess you say, well, who are you? And anybody can record anything. You're right. But I wanted to share because I feel like God has laid something on my heart to be able to share and encourage you with. But first of all, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Sonya Baker. I have been an evangelist for over 20 years. I've been ordained for over 15 years. And so I love ministry. That's all I can tell you. It's just definitely part of my life. But guess where I'm from? Starts with a P. P is in Paul. Where do you think that is? Okay, I'm going to tell you. We've recently been put on the map, but it's Paducah, Kentucky. Yay, Paducah. Yes, I'm a 1987 graduate of Paducah Tillman High School. Go Tornadoes. And so I'm very proud of that. But I was born and raised in Paducah. My parents are Judy Coleman and Willie Center. So I'm definitely a native of there. I currently reside in Denver, Colorado, where my husband and I, Pastor Stephen Baker, are pastors of Powerhouse Christian Fellowship in Aurora, Colorado. I want to let you guys know a little bit about Women of Hope. Women of Hope had been birthed inside of me about 7 years or so ago. And before I was a little confused about it because I didn't understand where Daddy was going with it and why he wanted to call Women of Hope. But now I get it because there's actually been a time in my life where I did not have hope. And I don't know about you, but when you don't have any hope, you don't have no desire. You in this depressed, dark state, and there's almost no reason for life. It is so ugly. I can remember after my parents had actually divorced, and we had to sell our home from Harrison Street, and we had to move to Elmwood Court. My dad moved away, started a whole nother family, had children. I'm like, what? You know, you got another one here. But long and short, we moved to the projects, and that was very devastating. It was at a very crucial time in my life when I first started high school. But needless to say, I can remember my mom working these long hour shifts and things of that nature and trying to help at home with my siblings and things of that nature. But beyond that, before I graduated high school, I became pregnant at the age of 15, had my daughter at the age of 16, which was really tough. I can remember walking across the street over to Tillman to go to school, being embarrassed and ostracized. I could tell teachers were looking at me funny. No one wanted to be around me. I even had friends not to even show up at my baby shower because their parents didn't want them to be around me because they felt that I would be a bad influence on them. So it was a really tough time, really dark time. Began to have other children out of wedlock, got married. I wasn't a good wife the first time, and I ran across a picture of me, and I'm going to show it to you one day, and I hope to find it again. And, the porches in Elmwood were made out of concrete, right? And so I can remember having on this, I think they called them house dresses. It was blue and white, and I had a red and white bandana on my head, and had one of the boys were sitting on the porch with me, and I just look a mess. I mean, I know I don't look that good now, but I mean, then I was a total mess. I looked hopeless, depressed. I mean, I was getting welfare, food stamps, got them on the first, because, back then, you got them based off the last digit of your social security number. See, some of y'all know, the rest of y'all, okay, you don't listen, that's not for you. But I did, and I would get them on the first. About at 15, I was broke. I mean, I used to hear stories about people knocking on doors and trying to get flour or sugar and trying to make it to the end of the month. I never thought that would be me, and it was actually me. I had 3 generations of families living in one set of projects, going from door to door. It was terrible. I didn't have any hope. I had nothing. Vacation? What's a vacation? Didn't have a car, borrowing a car, couldn't get the doctor's appointments, broke, tried to gamble my way out. It was ugly. So Daddy had me to go back, and he helped me to see where he brought me from. Let's define hope. Hope is the confident expectation that something good is going to happen. Well, I didn't have it. I didn't believe nothing good could happen to me, for me, or was going to occur for me in my future. So now I see where Daddy has birthed and why he's birthed Women of Hope out of me. Today, I have hope, y'all. I kid you not, I have hope. And I really only needed someone to believe in me. I really didn't have that strong person in my life that believed in me and helped me pull out that was inside of me. I always knew there was a seed inside me. I always wanted to be an anchor person for the news. And so now I laugh about it because it's like, Daddy's like, you're not going to be on television or on the news as a news anchor, but you are going to spread the gospel. But I didn't know that at that time. But I didn't have that person to say, hey, you're better than this. You can do better. Just try. Put your mind to it. I'll help you. And we can make it through this. But I didn't get that. I didn't get that until 1993 when I was reunited with my high school sweetheart, Stephen Baker. He really came into my life and was a strong anchor and rock. And I'm not just saying it because he's my husband and my pastor. I'm telling you the truth. He was the one that was there and said, hey, we're going to get this together. You're going to have to build your self-esteem. You're going to have to put some work in. It's going to take some time. You're going to have to change the way you're thinking. You're going to have to change the way that you're talking. All of those things. And that was crucial for me for where I am on today. Building myself up and allowing God to make changes in my life. So now you know a little bit about me. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Okay, well, we were 3 children in. Now we're up to 7. Believe I know, right? 7. That's complete. That's a wrap. 8 is enough, but 7, I think we're gonna stop right there. I don't know. But we have 7 wonderful children, 2 grandchildren, a little boy and a little girl. My husband and I have been married for 22 wonderful years. And, we're just excited about life, excited about what Daddy's doing, excited about what Woman of Hope is doing. We are definitely on the move. Before I forget, I got to tell you, put this on your calendar. We're going to Dallas, Texas, October 2016. More information is going to come. But, in the ministry, it's not your typical, women's ministry. Women of Hope, we do exactly what Daddy says. One year it may be a conference. One year it might be an outreach ministry at a park. Another year it might be us giving away personal hygiene items. Another year it may be us just giving away groceries throughout the year. We've done projects and workshops for the community here in Denver, Colorado, for families that may have children that have some disability, educational disabilities. We brought in professionals to ask questions. Because I don't know about you, but I have children that have had some disabilities in school, have struggled in school, and trying to navigate through the educational system, not knowing your way, what your rights are as parents, and trying to be the best advocate for your child. That can be difficult, depressing, frustrating, and aggravating. And we don't want our children to drop out of school because they're embarrassed to read. We don't want them to have a hard time or struggle in school if they don't have to. People can be mean nowadays. And if we do not intervene or become their best advocate in advance, that's a very good chance that will actually happen. So we've done some things like that. We've helped some young ladies that were pregnant, and we've helped partner with Powerhouse and purchasing pack and plays and beds for individuals. So we just do whatever God tells us, because you know what? Hope looks different for everybody. Hope to you might be gas money, for the week, and you didn't even have any. Hope to someone else might be a bag of groceries. A hope to someone else might be a text or a hug. Hope looks different for everyone. And so whatever Daddy has us to do, that's what we do. And that's what Women of Hope is about. We're not trying to be big, glorious, glamorous, and all that good stuff. We're just trying to be obedient and do what God says. Got a great team working with me. Marla Suzanne Baker from Denver, Colorado, my sister-in-law, right-hand man. As a matter of fact, she's behind the camera, y'all. Anyway, and then we have Deidre Miller, who's also in North Carolina, who's working. Tons of volunteers. We have some supporters in North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Louisiana. They're all over. Colorado, Detroit. We don't want to forget about anyone. They're great supporters. Come out and volunteer with us. They pray with us. They fast with us. They send financial blessings, because without them, we could not do it. But guess what? If you want us to come to your town just to bring hope, a workshop, an event, outreach, event, anything of that nature, we'd be happy to come. Call me. Talk to me about it. Email me. Let me give you my email address. You can email me at EVG, stands for short for evangelist, EVG Baker at Powerhouse, all one word, CF, C is in Charlie, F is in Frank.org. Email me. Tell me what you're thinking about it. How can we help? How can we bring hope? We don't know everything, but we know God has a plan, and he's very effective. The Holy Ghost is effective at what he does. And so we want to be a blessing to you. So I hope I've shared a little bit about myself with you. I guess you say, well, what qualifies you to tell us about the gospel, and who are you? Well, you know what? I believe in my heart I've been justified. Justified means I've been made just. I've been made right in the sight of Christ. Despite all of my sins, all of my troubles that I've gone through, even my past sins and my future sins, He's forgiven me. I accept that by faith. He's called me to preach the gospel, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's what justifies me and qualifies me to share the gospel with you. I hope you follow me. I hope you listen, and I hope you're encouraged. So please stay tuned for more Women of Hope.